Today, I want to talk about my first game jam experience with the team and what that taught me. But first, going back in time a little bit, I decided I wanted to make an educational art game for kids. I quickly found myself overwhelmed by how large of a feat it actually was. So I decided to join a game jam to practice making games on a smaller scale. If you didn't know, a game jam is an event where people make a game typically in a short amount of time and typically with a theme. My very first game jam I did 99% by myself, and that last percent is my partner doing the voice for one of the characters. For that game, I decided to make a visual novel with the game engine RenPy because that's the only game engine I was confident I could work with within a 2-week deadline. And when you play the game, it looks like it took one person 2 weeks, in the worst way. It's pretty bad, especially the sound volumes. They're all over the place and sometimes cut out. But I was scored well in the art, which I was happy with. As bad as the game is, I'm proud of myself for submitting something, and I learned a lot in that short span of time. Then I decided to join another game jam, and this time I wanted to work with a team. So I hopped on the Discord owned by the people running the game jam, where people made posts in the forums to find team members. I posted my art as well as my previous game, and I got a few people asking me to join their team. From what I remember, I picked my team just based off vibe. There was lots of very skilled people participating in this game jam, and I didn't know how else to choose. Immediately, it wasn't looking good when the other programmer and artist/musician left the team because of creative differences. When the game jam theme was announced, 2 of the members had an idea for what they wanted to do for the game. The other member and I had another idea. We tried to compromise by integrating both ideas, but it just wasn't working, and we went our separate ways, which turned out to be a good thing. Because of that, the team leader/project manager found a new musician and decided to take on the role of programmer, and we began building the game. The game jam's theme was shadows and alchemy. We had an idea of a similar game to Club Penguin's game Pizzatron 3000, where the player quickly assembles a pizza on a conveyor belt. We took that concept and applied it to potion making, so that's alchemy covered, and to fit the shadows part of the theme, we made it part of the lore that the potions were creating a veil around the kingdom of Coventry, a name I stole from the movie Twitches. Then we needed to figure out why the player was doing this, so we created the story of a girl who has beef with the kingdom. To tie it all up with a nice big bow, I knew we needed an iconic character design, and I knew exactly which one I wanted. My good friend Sola made a character design a while back and didn't do anything with it, so I asked her, could I use your Demon Dami Mommy character design for a game jam game? And she said of course, cause she's cool like that. Solom also came up with the character's name, which was Evelyn. And with that, we have the player's motive. They are now Evelyn's henchmen, brewing potions to destroy the kingdom of Coventry. We all got to work and made the game in 2 weeks. Evelyn's henchman was very well received by other game jam participants. After that, we all got a big boost in motivation, and the bonus was that we discovered that we all liked working together. The project manager/programmer, Jackson, asked if he could join in on a project he saw on my website called Peru's Art Class. Then we asked the musician Jonas if he'd like to join as well. Everyone agreed, and we all started working on Peru's Art Class, a game I originally planned to make by myself, but I now had a team, which opened up new possibilities and took a huge weight off my back. While we worked on the game, my partner mentioned he had an interest in learning programming, so I supported that interest and encouraged him to start, which he did. A little while later, Jackson decided to go his separate ways to work on other things. He had more interest in learning more about project management. Before leaving, he helped my partner by giving him a bunch of resources to learn from and handed off the project to him. So that's how my partner became the sole programmer for the project. And that's where we are now, still cracking away at the demo, and once the demo is done and released, the rest of the game. Peru's Art Class is still in the works, and I believe it'll be so much better than I initially anticipated because I now have the help of others. Also, my friends who I bug all the time with my thoughts and ideas, I thank them for being so supportive. I really didn't know how much I needed that support until I got it. Honestly, I've always had these grand plans and project ideas, but I've never been able to follow through because I never believed in myself. And because I have a track record of not following through, it further solidifies that belief. Ultimately, what I needed was to make lots of small things to rebuild that trust in myself, and my friends constantly showing their support. Thank you, friends, and thanks to my partner who deserves the world, and a little pat on the back for myself for continuously trying to improve. That's all for now. I'll share more about Peru's Art Class in the next video, so stay tuned. TTYL.
Studio.